Welcome to Bus Driver Life. Oh, okay. Welcome to Bus Driver Life. When you're filming outside, it's always unpredictable. But I'm gonna do another day in the life of a bus driver, city bus driver, transit bus driver, whatever. It's been about a year since I've done one of these, so bear with me. I'm gonna try and make it as interesting as possible. This is the pandemic edition because we're in the midst of a pandemic and the transit systems are still going. We are keeping the world moving. So today I am not pulling a bus out of the garage. I am at our main terminal, main depot, but I'm starting in the afternoon. So that means I'm not pulling a bus out. Well, sometimes you do pull a bus out in the afternoon, but not me. My bus, the bus that I'll be driving, is already in service. It's already on the road and has been on the road like all day. So I'm going to relieve the driver that's currently driving it. So I'm parked at our main terminal, but I'm on duty at a light rail station, and a light rail is going to take me to the bus that I have to relieve. But since we're in the midst of a pandemic, you already know why, we have to do temperature checks. You're asking, wait a minute, you don't have to go check in or check out or anything, so how do you do a temperature check? Well, that's simple. I have my own thermometer. Yes, they've given us thermometers. We have to take our temperature, and we have to call in our temperature on our way to our relief point. Well, before we're on duty. So I'm going to take my temperature right now, and I'm going to show you what my temperature is so you can see that I do not have a fever. .7 is my temperature. Good stuff. So I'm going to call that in. You're not going to see it on camera because my phone is my camera, so I'm going to have to use that. But yeah, let's go. So now I'm at my relief point, and it'll be about another 10 minutes or so before my bus pulls in. So I just have some free time. I normally just watch something on my phone, make a phone call on my phone, text somebody on my phone, listen to something on my phone. And right now I'm filming something with my phone. So it's always something that involves my phone. So what do we do now? There's nothing to do. I have 10 whole minutes of free time. What do you all like to do? I don't know. It's getting weird. It's getting awkward. Just wait till I get on the bus and I'll show you how I wipe the bus down. Pandemic style. Okay. It's good. So one of the first things I want to do when I get on my bus is I need to do a pre-trip inspection, do a walk around, make sure there's no damage or anything like that. Even though this bus has already been thoroughly pre-tripped, it has been out on the road for a long time. So I want to make sure everything's good because I am now responsible for the bus. So the next thing I want to do is wipe down the driver's area. It's not saying that the driver that I relieved is filthy or disgusting, but I do want to have a fresh start and make sure everything's clean and fresh and sanitized, especially due to the current state of events, what the world is going through right now in 2020. I want to just take every extra precaution possible. So let me show you a few of the things that I use in my battle against germs and bacteria and stuff. So I've got my Lysol, hand sanitizer, and some wipes. But actually my job has provided me with wipes, so I have these on standby just in case they run out. I always gotta have a backup plan. And I know some people are like, hand sanitizer doesn't work. You need to use soap and water. Well, my bus does not have a sink with soap and water, so this keeps me going until I can wash my hand. Well, not just my hand, both hands. Okay, anyway, Lysol, it kills 99.9% of viruses and bacteria, but during the pandemic, I'm not sure how effective it is, but I'm still gonna use it. Another thing I have to do once I get on the bus is I want to make sure that I adjust my seats. Have all these nifty switches here. You can adjust it up, down, front, back, and a whole bunch of other options to make the seat as comfortable as possible. Also have to adjust my left and my right mirrors. I can easily do that with these nifty, convenient toggle switches. You ain't lying. Another cool, convenient feature that's on the Gillick BRT Plus buses that we have is this switch right here for your pedals. It allows you to move your pedals forward and backwards, and that's really convenient for me because I'm 6'3". And I also have to adjust my passenger mirrors right here. I have to be able to see the people behind me while I'm driving. See what everybody's doing, keep an eye on things. Another thing that I like to do is I like to make sure I have some windows open, even though I'll be running the air if it's warm or running the heat if it's cold, but yeah. And notice I'm walking to this window. So we got two batches of the Gillick BRT Plus buses. The first batch, this particular window right here can open just like these windows. But here on the second batch, this bus we got in the second batch, this bus. So those windows don't have the option. So here I am at the world famous Lewis and Orlando Transit Center. It's in Roseville, California, right outside of Sacramento. And this is one of my layover spots. I don't get much of a break here though, but it's nice to get off the bus and especially on a nice day like this, enjoy the weather. Got to get out of the seat, stretch, let the blood circulate, all that good stuff. So this transit center is served by multiple bus companies, and it allows people to transfer and connect to different transit systems in the Sacramento area, and it's really convenient for people. So yeah, you can see a couple of other buses over there pulling in. It's a lot of action at this station, so if anybody's like a bus fan, it's be a great place to get some great shots of buses.
5 hours later.
Okay people, well, I've been driving for a while now, about 5 hours, so I'm getting closer to the end of my shift, which is awesome. Today's been a pretty good day though, pretty smooth day. Passengers have been cool, except for one passenger. I had this one guy, we pulled up to a bus stop that he wanted to get off at. And he decided, there was a guy on the bus that he knew. He decided to start an entirely new, fresh conversation with this person while he's supposed to be exiting the bus. So he's standing there talking and having this conversation. So I closed the doors. He was not in the doorway or anything like that, but I closed the doors and I started to pull off, and he's like, "Hey buddy, didn't you see me trying to get off the bus?" And I just didn't respond because I'm like, yep, this guy's delusional, because we were sitting there, the doors were open, people were getting on and off the bus, and he was standing there having a conversation. So he was not trying very hard to get off the bus. He ain't lying. Other than that though, things have been real cool. Our limit on the passenger limit or capacity right now during the pandemic is 14, and I had a couple of trips where I did reach the limit of 14, but it never surpassed it. And things have been cool. It's just a lot of traffic. It's a Friday. Today is a Friday, payday, Friday afternoon. There are a lot more things open. We still have a lot of places closed and a lot of people working from home, but there's a lot more things open, a lot more options. So there is a ton of traffic out there. So I've mainly been fighting traffic and traffic lights. If you're a bus driver out there, you know how it is. There's certain lights that take forever to change green, especially if you need to make a left turn and you're waiting for the left turn signal. That can be like an eternity. You ain't lying. When I get back to the other end, I'm gonna get some water because I'm super thirsty. I think I have a bottle of water in my bag, my work bag, but it's hot. I don't want any hot or even room temperature water. I need some ice cold, refreshing water. to get a water. So thirsty. And this is carbonated sparkling water as well. I know some people hate it, but it's delicious. Okay, right back where I started around noon, and now it's after 9 o'clock. When you get off work from driving a bus, you are exhausted, mentally exhausted. It's a mental workout. I mean, you have to keep your eyes and ears open at all times. We're constantly looking. It's not just tunnel vision, driving a bus just straight ahead, just tunnel vision. Like, you are constantly scanning, constantly making decisions, constantly making decisions. You have to pull in and out of bus stops, navigate traffic, answer questions, and operate the bus safe. You have to look out for other people's mistakes. You have to compensate for other people's poor driving skills. You have to look out for pedestrians, people on bicycles, people on motorcycles that split the lane, all sorts of stuff. It's so much that you have to do mentally during your shift. So it's always funny when people get on a bus like, oh, your job is easy. All you have to do is sit here and drive. That's it. Just sit back, relax, and drive all day. And I'm like, no, that's really not what's happening here. And I was also thinking, like, it's October 2020. This whole pandemic situation started back in March, and I have worked through the whole thing thus far, like most bus drivers have. We've been out here during the pandemic, through all the changes, through all the craziness. We've never had the opportunity to shelter in place, stay safer at home, lock down, quarantine. It's been none of that for us. We've been out here dealing with strangers on our buses during a global health crisis. We are essential as well. We are frontline workers as well. We transport a lot of the people that work in retail and restaurants, fast food. We transport a lot of healthcare professionals. We transport people that work at Amazon warehouses. Like, all of those people are essential, and we transport them. Like, those people are on my bus all the time. And other bus drivers, like, we're transporting them. We're keeping the world moving. But hopefully we are somewhere close to being out of this situation. But until then, I will continue to show up to work and provide transportation for the people that need it. I'm proud to serve and to help people out the best way that I can. And if you see a bus driver, or you know of a bus driver, or not just bus drivers, just public transit workers, public transportation workers, just in general, or public transport, whatever you want to refer to us as. You know, whether we drive buses, trains, light rail, security, whatever. Thank them, show some appreciation. So I think that's all. I'm gonna get in my car and go. Wait, I can't forget my phone. Uh-oh. Goodbye.